Hi, and thank you for taking this course. You are watching a presentation from Frederick Capital subsidiaries and my media company, Frederick Media, and of course, production from FCS Ventures, which handles all online courses. My name is Dimitri Frederick. I am the creator of this course that you're watching. So thank you for taking the time to actually watch and learn about investing in cryptocurrency. Again, the title of this course, if you are in the right place to be sure, is how to get started in cryptocurrency or how to invest in cryptocurrency. I just want to take this time to actually tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Dimitri Frederick. Like I said, I've been investing in myself for over 35 plus years in business and also educating myself financial literacy and digital marketing as well. But, with all that I've done over the years, 6 years ago, going back 2018, I saw the vision after understanding, with the first tip, and I'll probably just drop a tip for those of you who do not understand anything about cryptocurrency yet. And this is actually an intermediate to beginner's course for those who don't know anything and how to get started, which is really what the mindset is and that you need to understand about this training. But for myself, it was actually learning from a colleague I worked one time that said that, oh, I don't have to buy $10,000 worth or 20,000 at the time of Bitcoin. I could buy a fractional share of that. And I've been investing in the stock market over the years, so I know about fractional shares that would, started to become more popular. The AMC stock prices of Robinhood and, doing these things at the early years of, investing in the stock market for a long time. That wasn't available to most people. Now today, for the young generation, millennials per se, that became a trend, and now it's the norm to have fractional shares. So when I first heard about that, oh, okay. But also my skepticism was high, like many of you. I'm an investor as well, so I invest in pre-IPO companies. And it was actually between that cycle that I invest between pre-IPO and cryptocurrency that I got started, and it switched back and forth from investing. But also, I did my due diligence in 2018, learning about cryptocurrency, educating myself first before I dive deep into cryptocurrency. But even after you do so, many of you don't understand the seasons and the cycles, and there's life that has seasons and cycles as well. And I wrote a book called Entrepreneurship, What Is It All About? That actually covers that and understood that many years ago, which is a 15-year-old book that I wrote. But so I apply a lot of the education that you're going to get from this course to understand why you truly need to understand that how you start, how you end, and your journey into cryptocurrency will all depends on how and the education of knowing what you don't know yet. And I'm going to basically summarize a lot of things and also do an ad lib. Now, I've already recorded this course for you, but previously when I first recorded, I put it on YouTube. Of course, nobody wanted to see it. Again, when you do things for free, no one values it. But also I understood that the title was misleading. And again, as a marketer who's in digital marketing per se, I learned the proper way, because I'm an advanced person. So of course, hey, what you really need to know is the season and cycles. But for you who are a beginner, you don't even know what that means yet. So truly, I understood that after recording and put it online, sharing it on TikTok per se, but no one understood it. So to help the algorithms properly find this course, which is available for free in a different version, but I'm taking it offline, making it private because I understood the value after hearing some people's stories, how much money they blew away. And I spent a couple $1,000s myself investing in cryptocurrency and also getting deep into mining, which I love, because this course actually, there's a different versions available. It's actually going to be put up on my website for crypto miners, CryptoNet miners to be exact, on their website. But also for those who actually purchase my course, my ebook, for the guide to mining, that's also going to be available for them to watch, because there's some things you need to understand if you're going to invest in mining. And as a small business owner, also, it's a great way to supplement your income, which is why I love that. And also, if you're a ministry, if you're a small business per se as well, this is something you need to understand as a beginner's person in investing in cryptocurrency. But also, if you're ever interested in mining, this is why I mine, because there is truly a need in understanding forecasting the future, which is something I've done very well in investing, to position myself and my family to create passive income, to create residual income. And that's something that's been part of my journey for over 35 years. And now I understand the trends. I created the courses. S-curve economics is one of those courses that all of these things combined together add up to helping me understand. But the first step was to fully understand that I could buy fractional shares of cryptocurrency. So that is, a little bit about myself in a nutshell. I hope you enjoy the course that I've set for you because it's going to be impactful. And again, this is the second version I recorded with a lot of ad lib information. So I truly highly recommend, and I'll say this over again in the course, to watch the first part. And I'll label them as, version 1 and version 2, because the original version was very detailed specifically, and there's a gap of time. But that gap of time was very important because I have learned so much more in the 2 years after the bear market. And so even when I recorded it, I dropped some other extra nuggets because I'm experiencing all these stuff, and on top of that, I'm going to create another video on YouTube. So those of you who want to supplement your education, the things that I learned, I dropped some of those nuggets in the second video, but the things that I learned in the journey from being fully involved, because what happened for me is that, like I said, I'm back and forth between investing in pre-IPO and investing in crypto. And so I didn't take crypto as seriously as I should have at the time. But again, everything happens for a reason. But it's the failures and successes that I share with you to help you become a better investor, better educator when you are entering this market for the first time. Because many of you will enter the market wrong. And this course is exactly geared to help you and understand why you are entering the market wrong. So enjoy fully the real title of this course, which is Crypto Seasons and Cycles, to better understand why they are cycles and seasons and how you enter the market. Take care. God bless. So thank you again for taking the time to attend this training course on cryptocurrency. So as I begin, I had already recorded this training a few months prior in 2022, and I've learned a lot since then. I re-recorded this course training so that you could have a better understanding of cryptocurrency, because now I've gone to 6 years per se of cryptocurrency education, mining, and everything else in between since I recorded this course. And my growth is continuing, and yours should too. And that's one of the important things about cryptocurrency you should know. But before we get started, and I want to tell you the reason why I re-recorded this course, because it was on YouTube and no one was understanding it. And it's probably because of the title. Because the title, for many of you, how to invest in cryptocurrency may be what you're looking for. Or for some of you, it's how to get started in cryptocurrency. But regardless, whichever one it is, you are in the right place in the right time. Because I truly believe, even though, how to get started is the title of this, training recorded course for you, because many of you are new, and the time that you get in is going to be so important of understanding cryptocurrency. And so I really believe, and true to, what I believe is that the title of this training, so you know really what it's about, is about cryptocurrency seasons and cycles. Because obviously, and just like the video, you are looking and searching online how to get started in investing in cryptocurrency, or how to just, buy cryptocurrency. Well, before you do all that, there's something very important that you should know actually about cryptocurrency. And it is understanding the cycles that you get into, because that also plays a major role in how you are successful or lack of success that you have in your experience to say, oh, this doesn't work, or this is a scam, or many things in between. So I'm going to stick to the core part, even though the title for marketing purposes is how to get started, into cryptocurrency, how to invest in cryptocurrency. But again, what I'm going to teach you though is understanding the cycles, because by the time you finish with this course, you truly understand what I mean by that. Because it is cryptocurrency seasons and cycles that determines everything else that you do. And we're actually going to cover everything that you've seen from symbol. I'm a philosopher. And so my education, like I said in the beginning, was like many of you, through the cycles of, the bull run, which is what you mostly know. And you don't know what a bear market is, a bear cycle is. So I'm going to break these things down for you, but also I'm going to tell you why it's important to understand these cycles, because it will make a difference in your success, not only for yourself, but for your future but you have to be patient in the process. And you'll see what I mean by that. And they have some, bonuses at the end of this course. So stick around if you want to learn and fully learn how to be truly successful and how to be an investor into cryptocurrency. So all these symbols, like I said, I'm a philosopher. When I got started, I didn't know none of these, didn't understand none of these. And it is the same thing for you right now. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency overall. And before I get started, I should just say that Bitcoin is the leading indicator. Like there's always some stocks that's the leading indicator, whether it's the sector or overall in the industry. Everything in life has a cycle. And that's why it's so important. And I actually wrote a book, in my own 15 years of investing myself and learning, called Why Entrepreneurship, What Is It All About, Part 1. And it's on 1 to 3 parts to the series of this book. But the first part was written 15 years ago, and I talk about life has a cycle. Life has a season. And it is that same philosophy that I've learned over the years that I'm going to teach you in this way. And I'm also going to show you something else in between too, because I want you to understand that everything does have a season and cycle, because I'm going to start in the very beginning and actually going to basically from the very beginning as we end, going to come back to the same slide. And it's also the psychology, how you think about it, because we're going to look at the psychology of the marketplace and how we look at investing and how we make mistakes in investing. Because some of you, whatever the time period that you choose to get started is going to make a difference. You keep hearing me repeat that, right? And it's going to be key, because this is what you're going to learn from this training today. Because for some of you, your beginning is probably right here, or as I am in 23 now, recording this over, going to 2024, a bull run cycle. We're in the accumulation year right now. And so this is a chart similar to the psychology of the market, which I'm going to show you in a second here. But this chart, what it does is basically, for many of us, this is really what we are doing to ourselves, because you get a stock tip, you get an investment tip, or as I'm a pre-IPO investor, which is why I don't talk about my pre-IPO investments or things I'm looking at openly like that. And I may talk about one or two. That's about it, because people move based on emotions. And so the psychology of the market plays against that towards your emotions. And, oh my God, Bitcoin is this and that. Oh my God, Tesla is this and that. Apple is this and that. And you think it's a good start to, because someone else is telling you, oh, I made a lot of money. Well, when did they get in? Because the psychology of the market starts like this. Your disbelief, which is what I was showing the other slide, and it goes up. You have hope, optimism, belief, because you see the money is being made, the market's going up, and it goes euphoria. Everybody's excited, and it crashes down on you. And complacency, frustration kicks in, and anxiety as it starts going down, denial that it doesn't work, panic, capitulation. There's the anger stage, which we all will be going through if you don't understand these cycles properly. And then, of course, there's that depression stage where, oh man, you truly have gone so deep and you put a lot at stake, at risk. I've heard people put their house up for sale or refinance their house just so they could get involved in Bitcoin because they're chasing the top. And then there's that disbelief again, and the cycle starts all over again. So I'm going to help break all of this down from my years of investing in business so that you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. So that same chart that I showed you is basically, which was the psychology of the market, by the way, is simply this too. So this is the old version that you're looking at. And again, you can search this online. It's called Bitcoin Rainbow Price Chart. This is the new version. On the same site, and blockchaincenter.net. You could go to that site if you want to and check it out. And there's nothing much different besides these, and see the numbers, how they change. And then the old one, which a lot of people have liked before, it got changed a little bit, because you could go directly to the very point. 2011 is actually when Bitcoin started. Some could say further than that when it comes to understanding cryptography, the philosophies of cryptocurrency, the concept behind it, going back 2008, I've heard 1999, 1998, and so on. But crypto really, Bitcoin per se, which is the leading indicator. So there's two words you should know. It's called Bitcoin, and then the altcoins. So Bitcoin is the first coin ever created of cryptocurrency,
or as it's sometimes called by influencers, the gold standard, the replacement of gold, because Bitcoin acts and could potentially, again, this is hypothetical, one day replace or substitute for gold, just like fiat money was replaced by the gold standard. Now we have another thing because we're going full digital from paper money, fiat money, to now digital currency. So again, we still need something to be the foundation for what it represents, and that's gold. So there's a potential that this could be Bitcoin gold, even though there's a crypto called Bitcoin gold, so be careful. But what I want to teach you from this slide here is seeing that your disbelief, just like that psychology of the market I just showed you, your disbelief of this is a scam, this is fake money, and as you watch the prices, this is $9.09. Today, again, we're in 2023, November, about to end the year, going to the bull run, because right now this is called what's called an accumulation year. And Bitcoin is about $35,000. So it's 34 and change because it's actively changing, but it's $35,000. So again, be mindful. So again, now looking at it from the news slides, you see it's much clearer, and I'm going to really focus on this just to keep you a point, because this, the same thing I'm going to teach you in the psychology of the markets, which is this, is the same thing that you see in here. It's just a different way of looking at it. But also, it's going to be the same thing that you're going to understand in the current cryptocurrency seasons and cycles. So I'm just going to do it a different way. Psychology in the market. And you could search the word, don't necessarily go to this website if you look at this website in the bottom, but search that. It's a well-renowned chart that people, and this is not about just crypto, this is about life per se. That's personal, me saying that, because life goes up and down, right? But also, most importantly, the psychology of the stock market, which was originally designed for, because this chart here has been around for a long time. And I know the pains because I've been through it so many times myself in life. So we're going to look at the rainbow as we talk about this growth of Bitcoin at $35,000, but it was at one point just a small, look at that, $4.04, and so on. So look at that going to 2020, 2010, you could see that 74 cents because people didn't understand and believe in crypto. So as this thing continues to grow, and you see as this chart, look at the price points. So that's the two differences in how it's displayed. So this also tells you the halving cycle, which we'll talk about in the training. Bitcoin goes to halving. A lot of mining cryptos or some projects, more or less, I know in mining, they go to a halving where there's less produce, in the mining of how much rewards that miners get and how much they could mine per day, per week, per month, per year, per se. And so I'm a miner as well, and I got involved first with investing and understanding cryptocurrency, understanding financial literacy many years prior, and then after 2018, learning about cryptocurrency, understanding and what I was learning myself on business, about investing, about financial literacy, this made sense because I recorded a whole course that's available if you're interested, but it's not for the faint of heart because it helps you understand how you could change your legacy, your family tree, by understanding 100 years, how the world shifts, how money shifts. So while your belief, wherever it may be, this thing will go up and down. And as the rainbow, which is what this is about, is showing the growth scale of cryptocurrency. Not just the industry, but overall the cryptocurrency, because even though we're looking at Bitcoin. So what I want you to pay attention to right now is this. These colors of the rainbow represents this. This is a bubble. It's going to burst, sell, 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 sell. And this is where these tops are coming down. And many of us are chasing the money at the wrong time, which is what you're going to learn from me. So when you get to the formal, it's towards the orange sign, so every peak is actually the top of the market, the bull run. That's what the red is really representing. It's a bubble that's going to burst because it's going up tremendously high. And cryptocurrency overall, not just Bitcoin, because even though this is a Bitcoin chart, you've seen it represents and it speaks for all of it, because Bitcoin's the leading indicator, and then the altcoins, which is any crypto after Bitcoin, which is the first one, is considered an altcoin. I didn't know that for a long time, so I want to help you understand that. So that's why this is used as a rainbow chart to show you the indicators and show you the growth of what Bitcoin will do, and the altcoins follow soon after, give or take 3 months. They push up because of momentum. But also the halving cycles creates that scarcity, because you see, after every halving cycle, 2012, it crashes tremendously, goes down. So the blue basically is a 5 cell. Each time the cycles go to about 5 cell. See that? And I'm just coming out of 5 cell, which was ridiculous, and we'll talk about that some more. And look at the blue, $5.39 up to $8.15 it was. So after the halving cycle, the scarcity, because Bitcoin is cut in half, wherever it's at in the mining cycle of how much is produced, and the scarcity and greed goes up, momentum goes up, the growth, because life is a cycle, and investors come out, go into stocks, go into real estate, go into other things, silver and gold, whatever. Everything has a cycle. And so from there, when the markets, investors, and amateurs come in, it pumps these prices up, and then it crashes again, and we'll go back to the same cycle again every 4 years. But every 4 years, though, there's a halving where, again, that original produced coin is cut in half again, right here, cut in half again, and cut in half again. Every 4 years this happens. So those who are in the yellow and coming in late because they're hearing, oh my God, you can't believe this. This is going crazy. You know, a lot of people are making rich. People are balling. And so they're coming in late and they're paying the price. So you see, it's still cheap to get in. Now there's a different mindset of holding, is this a bubble that's going to burst where you are, versus, oh, is this a buying opportunity for those of you who are coming in the right time, which we'll talk about. And then the cycle starts again. And the same thing keeps happening. But one thing you need to see, that every single time, though, the peak was reached. That's the red, the bubble territory, the sell opportunities. But many of us don't sell. And I'm one of them. I've learned that lesson. And you see that the decline. This is 2017. And then the bottom again. 2020. COVID. That was a temporary opportunity many of us missed, even myself. And then it bursted up again and went all the way up to 2021. And then look at that, 68,000. Again, I'm not accurately on this, but 68,000, then it crashed down. So I'm an investor in pre-IPO, so I miss, because I go between pre-IPO investing and cryptocurrency investing. And so I did not know these cycles, which is why I created this training, because I realized it was important for me to know this. And I said it was important for you, including my wife, my family, to know this, my friends to know this. But many of you will not get it because you're looking to chase money. Sometimes those who are looking for opportunities miss it because they don't understand when the opportunity is. The opportunity is in that still cheap phase, accumulation phase, which is right around this, the bottom. It is not the top, which is where most of us are hearing the news about cryptocurrency. Oh, Bitcoin's doing this, you know. But then in the 3 years in between, it's quiet. Unless you are plugged in and learning about cryptocurrency, no one's talking about these cycles right here, because that's where the true wealth is. And this is where we get into the training of this course, training for you, because you need to understand that this is where wealth is being made. So coming back again to understanding, what does it mean that I am investing in cryptocurrency or buying or getting started in cryptocurrency? It means that you need to fully understand what the cryptocurrency seasons and cycles are, because that's what makes the difference of your success. And you hear me say that over and over again. And as well as I have additional training, this is a recording course from Frederick Capital, but one of my, education platform section is called Smart Trader, smarttrader.frederickcapital.com. And I just want to show you the site before I actually jump off. Just register. There's additional trainings, additional tools, resources available you could actually go to. All right. So without further ado, let's get now down to the nitty gritty and get going talking about these cycles. So before we get started, what does these symbols mean? What are these 1, 2, 3, 4s? Remember I told you crypto has a 4-year cycle? That's the season. And I'm going to explain to you in layman's terms so you could fully understand it. So if you're ready, let's dive deep into it and understand how to be successful in cryptocurrency. So we're going to look at a couple things in cryptocurrency. This is a drawing I made because I'm visual and I want to visually help you understand the bear market's going this way. And I'm going to explain what these symbols mean. And everything that's in here is a philosophy behind it. There's a mindset behind it. And I'm going to teach you what the mindset you need to have yourself for success. And in each cycle, phases of the years, you understand what they mean. And that's what I'm going to break down to you. As well as many of you in stock market know what the bears and bulls are. That's when everybody's happy. And the bears is when everybody's crying and it's painful. The market's crashing. We're going to break all this down. So before we get started, you need to know what these symbols mean, what these colors mean. So let me break it down for you. I'm going to come back to this in a second. So we're going to look at, again, what does the red mean? So before we do that, let me just tell you, and then we'll look at it again. The red simply means it's the very bad. The crypto winter is here. That's also called the bear market. So the orange represents the warning. Crypto is falling, and there could be a potential liquidation sale. And that's why the warning symbol is right there. The yellow, the yellow from orangey to yellow, caution, and it's also representing neutral. And also as seasons, which I'm relating to spring. We know what spring feels like. Everybody's trying to get warm, excited again. And that's also a representation of what's called the Bitcoin halving cycle. And then you got the green right here. Everything's good. Everybody knows what green is, right? Everybody knows what stop, yellow, this and that. But looking at it from layman's term, the green is good. Green represents the crypto summer. And it's also known as the bull run. That's the bull run cycle. So now you've seen the colors. Let's go back to this again. Red represents very bad, crypto winter, and the bear market. And it's also, you see the number 1 in the slide. Everything, like I said, is symbolic, which is what I'm going to break down to you because there's more to the slide. The year of Bitcoin doesn't start from when you hear the news, the money, the pump. Oh my God, Bitcoin is 10,000, 20,000, 40, 60,000, 100,000, 200,000. That's not when the year starts. The year actually starts in the bear markets, which is why I showed you the bottom, that blue on the psychology chart. Most people make the mistake. They don't want to pay attention. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to invest. Or that scam, that crap, that I lost money. Or I heard so-and-so lost money. They don't understand how to get started in cryptocurrency. And that's why they step out versus taking the time to learn these 4-year cycles. Because orange is the warning sign. Crypto is falling. Liquidation sale. Yellow means neutral. Crypto spring. Bitcoin halving cycle, which is the start of the bull run, potentially. And then green, good, crypto summer, everybody's happy. Again, that's what these 4 symbols of colors mean. Let's get deeper. Also, you see that when I'm going to train to you, the arrows are pointing different direction. We're going to break that down. And actually, it's backwards because we start from top versus starting from the bottom, which is where the cycles begin. This is the conclusion in the 4th year of the crypto cycle. It is not the beginning, which is usually when people get into cryptocurrency. I'm going to break that some more. But let's look at the symbols. What do these symbols mean now? Okay, the star, let's start from there. It's time to take profits, folks. It is not the time to be getting involved and buying like many of us do, or thinking you're going to get rich, because now all of a sudden you see the prices of things that you couldn't believe was $10, $100, $1,000, now $20,000. Oh man, I'm going to miss it, so let me jump in. The star is the time to take profits, or what's called DCA, dollar cost average, in or out of the markets, which will break that down to you. Next is the lock. What does the lock symbolize? Well, in this training, we're going to break these things down from my language terms as I use these symbols. But for me and for you, it should mean that secure your bags for taking profits. Secure your profits as we exit out of the markets. Because we're actually going to go this way. We're going to go this way in the presentation slide, going towards the bear market, versus many of us start from here excited when you should be starting from here. So we're going to work our way backwards. You'll see what I mean. The rocket means that, hey, the rocket is about to take off. Crypto is about to explode. That's going towards that bull run cycle from the halving cycle, which we're talking about. The gear, I say the gear means you need to tighten up and secure your coins offline, which we'll get into deeper. The hazard, danger zone, folks. Point of no return. We'll get into that. And then search. Do your research, folks, and find the hidden gems in the bear markets, because that's where the wealth is made. And people fail to understand that. What does that mean? Well, again, the star, time to take profits, or DCA in and out of the markets. Lock, symbolize, secure your bags for the takeoff and secure your profits for exiting. Because how you come in, how you exit, doesn't matter. The rocket is about to take off, folks. And gear simply means secure and tighten up your coins offline. Again, the danger zone, this is the point of no return when you see the hazard. And then search, do your research. When you look at the gargle, the magnifying glass, because if you don't do your research, you will miss the hidden gems in the bear markets, because you could buy these coins dirt cheap. So again, cryptocurrency, seasons, and cycles. Let's get deeper. So most people start in the bull run because that's when so much buzz is going about it. But it's also called the crypto summer because it's time for us to chill from working hard and change our family tree. The crypto spring, again, is the Bitcoin halving, things about to take off. So that is what starts the momentum of cryptocurrency. It's not the bull run. It's the halving cycle, the scarcity, the investors that are coming in. People are starting to buy and momentum starting to kick in. And therefore, it's springtime. And then you got the liquidation sale section of crypto, which is when it's going backwards and things are falling. And crypto is falling so hard that some companies have gotten liquidated. And then this is the time when it's quiet. No one's paying attention. Research your project because we are in the crypto winter and we are heading towards that bear market. So let's break this down some more. Because where you start, folks, where you start does matter. Because what is your entry point into cryptocurrency? So one of the things for why I created the seasons to help you understand, because when you get into cryptocurrency for the first time, make sure you either consult someone like me, especially if you're taking the course, now you know. But for many people who don't know, now you become an expert from what I'm going to teach you. They should reach out to you and they should actually this very important question. It's so important that it's simple. What season are we in? What season are we in cryptocurrency? What season are we in? Is it crypto winter, crypto fall, crypto spring, crypto summer? Because every one of these seasons of the cycles that you are in, it makes a difference. So you need to know. And the person who doesn't know will pay the price. Because right now, we are in 2023. So it's actually the halving cycle. So you see how it's color coded. Bitcoin halving cycle is coming about 2024. So this is the accumulation year. And in 2024, you will start accumulating towards the spring and getting ready for the bull run of cryptocurrency. Now, crypto summer, spring, it doesn't correlate. Like my wife once asked me, wait a minute, we're in the winter time and you're saying crypto summer. I don't get it. No, it's the momentum of the season that cryptocurrency in. It doesn't line up with the weather. We're not talking about the weather here. We are talking about the cycles of cryptocurrency. So to better help you understand, I'm breaking it down in that term. Because crypto summer is when everybody's elated and happy. Springtime, things are blossoming, right? Flowers are blooming. People are, trying to lose weight to look sexy. And then crypto fall, people are bundling up, putting their winter coats on. It's getting cold, bulking up. Animals, bears, they bulk up the fat to survive the crypto winter. So you need to understand the cycles. But also, here it is, I break it down for you. Because 2025 is the bull run cycle, which is the end of the momentum, and so on. Nothing is guaranteed, but these are the 4-year cycles set up in place. Because once 2030 comes about, because we still haven't finished with regulation yet. This past cycle, as we are in 2022, 2023, there was a lot that happened by the government, the SEC. It liquidated a couple company, FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, or fraud, if you like to call him that. He just got sentenced this week. So a lot of companies fail, and Bitcoin still hasn't been solidified as legitimate. By 2030, most likely, it may be solidified. So these runs, these successes that we're talking about may change. But we do know 2026 is the next bear market after the bull run, right? 2023 is the halving cycle. 2027 is the next halving cycle, and so on. But none of these are always guaranteed after, because things change. You got to be plugged in, got to take the time to learn and get access to these resources. Like I said on the site, where to go to read information, because you're not going to see it because this is the tipping point of wealth, financial freedom, generational wealth, legacy time. They're not going to try to tell you how to do it. They're not going to show you. And this is why I put this behind a paywall, folks, because I talk to people who, when I first started, I put this for free. I shared this for free online, and people ignored it. My financial freedom in 2022 would have been a lot different and earlier had I known this. So when people are giving things for free, they take it for granted. So this is why now this is behind a paywall. And it's not that expensive. But it will financially change your life if you fully understand what I'm teaching you here, because you'll learn when it's the proper time to exit. Again, this is not financial advice, but understand what the masses are doing in these cycles here. Because if you don't know, you're coming in late to the game, you will miss the opportunity. And bears get slaughtered, as Jim Cramer always says on CNBC. The bulls make money, but the bears get slaughtered. And I've been slaughtered many times because I failed to understand the cycles. So that's very important. Understand that. So next, how you enter. Maybe you didn't see this. Know your cycles. Know your cycles, because we're going to get deep into it now. Let's talk about next. How you enter the markets, which is what I'm alluding to, plays a very important part of, are you going to be very successful, and how much success will you have, versus are you going to be failing, regretting, losing money, or realize you made the biggest mistake of your life. If you're not truly an investor, hopefully by you taking this course, you're showing that you are an investor. You're investing into yourself and your financial freedom, your financial literacy. Because what I'm going to share with you right now is the deeper section, as we get close to wrapping up, of what it means to be in the crypto seasons and cycles, and when to exit, when to take profit, and when to enter the markets or exit the market. Because taking profit like I am an old school generation person, saving for the long haul, retirement, job security. Many of you, depending on how old you are, plus 40 plus and above, you came from that generation of learning these things. But true investing, as I have learned as I get close to my 50s, and wisdom of learning how to invest properly, you got to take the profits, folks. So let's get started right into this entry points, because this is where the difference between your success and your failure. Again, this whole presentation slide is geared towards symbolic understanding of these symbols and the meaning behind them. The bear market is pushing this way, but that's the first year. This is the fourth year. Remember, cycle starts in the bear market. Crypto winter. The bull run is the exit point. So your entry point, like most people, will be in the bull run, because again, that's when the hype of 2025 is going to come about. You was not with me in the bear market of 2021, 2020. I was investing in 2020, but I wasn't really paying attention. I took a glimpse of COVID and everything else that in life, no one was thinking about money, but investors were, because everything goes through cycles. And that opportunity, a dip, was a great entry point that many of you will never get to see again. Who says never? Never say never, right? Because you never know. Because cryptocurrency is very volatile. You need to understand that. But in the bear market is where wealth is made. Going to come back to that later. Many of you, the mistake that you'll make is coming in the bull run. That's why I put this star at this point, because you guys are going this way. Because the wealth, the profits, the success, the accumulation, all has been completed. This is the end of the cycle, the fourth year, not the beginning one when you got in. So it's exit time, not take profit time and enjoying, summertime, hanging out. Oh my God, no, you missed it. You came in here. So for many of you, here's the problem. Some of you, no pain, no gain, will come here or ride the whole wave down to here, because that's what many of you will do. But actually, this is where you really want to start. Because remember, the star means that it's time to take profits or DCA in and out of the markets. The lock symbol means secure your bags for taking profit. So let me run with this whole process with you again in a different way of mindset. And we'll talk about the proper way to entry. This is where many of you, like I said, enter. So we're going to go backwards, because now the star, we're going to 2024. So I'm getting ready to start taking profit, because now these projects that you had early invested in the bear markets, which is again the first cycle, but you didn't know that you started there, they have accumulated tremendously. And so that's why it's time to take profits, because they were low. Because remember the psychology of the market slide? It was very low. Dirt cheap prices. Fire sale, which is what the slide said. But many of you don't understand financial literacy and investing. You miss these entry points to buy it low. Your stock investment to buy it low. Not when everything. You have that foresight and vision to see the opportunities. Many of us don't. And that's why we keep failing. So now you start in the bull run, but investors like me are taking profit now because we are wiser and understand. So what the lock means when you're going this way, because this is how you start, so this is where we're going. Because you're actually getting ready to go back to the beginning. So I'm going to have to go backwards with you, because you don't understand what's happening to you right now, why you're losing money. The lock means to secure your back for taking profits. That means you should have been learning and having what's called a cold storage wallet, putting things in, not leaving it in the exchanges. And basically, by taking profit and knowing how to use a hot wallet or cold wallet. A hot wallet is simply, I may mix my words backwards how I say, is a external device, and that's on my website at smarttrader.frederickcapital.com. You'll see them. And these are devices. I have about 5 of them. You don't have to have that many. I have a lot of projects, but I diversify and don't put all my eggs in one basket. And then there was what's called a cold storage wallet, which is online. It's available online on an app, on a web browser, and so on. So it's called a cold storage. It does the same thing. One's more secure, of course, by being responsible in a hot wallet, a hardware wallet that's physically in your hands, in your custody, in a safe, whatever where you put and store it. So that's why now you're moving these things offline, not leaving it there. And then the rocket, we've seen the profits taking off. And that's why we are actually, getting ready and excited. Like right now, as I'm heading towards the bull run, my exponential growth in returns, not talking about 10% like the stock market, 1%, 2%, or basically 1.01 or 1.001 or whatever percent that you get in the bank. I'm talking about 10, 20, 50. And I even have a different service if you are interested in crypto calculator for miners, which we'll get to a little bit, but also crypto investors like yourself to learn when to take profits by me, again, events, trading, events, learning, educating myself in the bear markets about the Fibonacci retracements, and knowing what these projects potentially can do. Not will do, potentially can do. So it's not hype, it's an estimate calculation based on emotion, based on data points. And these charts tell you what these projects can do. But there's points of concern, caution, don't be greedy. Because as much as it takes off, it goes fall right back down. Because the gear tighten up and secure your coins. See that? It's backwards. And then the fall, the danger zone, and this is why you start putting your cryptos in cold storage. Because now companies that's over leveraged themselves will go bankrupt. And many have every cycle a company, a crypto exchange goes bankrupt. Several. Voyager, I just got my little $20 left. Luckily I didn't put too many in there, but I lost some change, but I had $1,000 I pull out just in time. I was just testing a new platform exchange. Crypto winter, this is when things get really bad and dangerous. You should be researching the opportunities and learning like Fibonacci retracement. Like I have already pre-made Fibonacci retracements based on the timing of when you got into the market. Not when the bull run is, because that's where the wealth is made right here. See, if you were going this way in the bear market, like I did going to 2021, because I didn't know what I didn't know right here. I didn't know about these things, these seasons. These seasons are real terminologies. Crypto winter, crypto summer, crypto fall, crypto spring. Ask somebody what season are you in, and if they don't know, then you know you're talking to the wrong person. So you came in here, but you're paying the price being in the bear market, and some of you will sell early. Some of you, and to be honest, some projects may even die. Some projects got caught up. FTX got caught up. Some other exchanges got caught up. Some regulations got caught up in the US, Canada, Europe. This is a global digital currency economy. So you got to pay attention to the news. This is what happens. So let's do it the opposite way. In the bear markets, I'm doing research because that's when you should be doing the research and find the hidden gems. What coins projects can go exponentially 10x, 5x, 20x. I even have 400x, 1000x projects because I research and I got educated. There's a lot of platform, but there's also a lot of scams. This is the times right here, the liquidation sell stage, where a lot of you get scammed. Also in here too, because people are going to play with your emotions. This is what happened. But this is where you should, after today, after you learn what you have learned, hopefully you didn't learn this in the bull run. Sadly, honestly, many of you will be buying this course, this training, either after or just as the peak, because it's now you're doing the research when you should have been doing the research in the bear market. Why is Bitcoin quiet? Why is cryptocurrency dead? No, it's not. There's a pull and tug of war with the real world of politics and the real world behind true investing in projects that they don't want to have you learning about financial literacy and someone like me teaching you these things. Because there's a lot of education, good and bad, online about cryptocurrency. I'm a true entrepreneur and understand psychology, philosophy, and that's why I broke this down for you this way so you can understand these things. Because wealth is made in the bear market. That's why I'm a PIPO investor as well. Wealth is made in this area. Because here's the true way to become successful. Because this is the way you should start. Entry point. So after today, this is how you will enter the markets. But pay attention, regardless if you started here, you're learning about this right here. Because you understand these cycles of what I just shared with you. Now listen to it a different way. Because in the bear markets, I've done the research, find hidden gems, because we're in the crypto winter. And I can't believe from Fibonacci retracements and learning about these projects that's overlooked because some people are chasing money, ignored. And sometimes the first year after the bull run is over, usually from what I've experienced, about November. And I say that because, and this is a training I'm going to put online for my TikTok audiences as well as my on YouTube audiences, my 4 to 6 years of education in cryptocurrency, what I've learned. And I'm going to give you a tip. When Thanksgiving come around, many of you will be gathering with family and friends. And many of you will talk about, oh my goodness, I made X amount of money, but without the education of the cycles. When did you make that money? Were you in the crypto winter, maybe crypto fall? Or were you losing money crying because you came in the crypto summer? And therefore, whether it's good or bad, someone will convince you to be out of the market. Me, I'm an educator, so I'm not going to tell you without proper education about, oh, crypto is great, I made a lot of money. I don't talk about money. I talk about financial literacy with people. And so you could understand why I invested. I don't care what people invested. Good that they're chasing money. But today, my life and my family tree has changed and is going to be changing by 2025 tremendously. And I will have that financial freedom. And what I choose to do after that is based on my personal options, not the options life is handing to me with lack of job security, automation, AI, robotics, and many other things that's going to take your jobs away, folks. Financial freedom is possible every 100 years, which is why I created a course prior to my investment into cryptocurrency called, the seasons, the 100 years of investing. I'm paraphrasing that. Now I lost the train of thought, but I will come back to that to help. Okay, so to help you probably better, took the time to look it up. S-curve economics. Had a brain fart. In my S-curve economics course, I laid down and understood the seasons again, because everything in life has a season. In 100 years, the things that happen, and I reference a lot of different things, and I have even a constitutional crisis, which even goes deeper to help you understand presidential elections and also how that relates to creating generational wealth for your family. So now, in entering folks into the bear markets, I am doing research, educating myself, surrounding myself with solid people that I could trust and respect that's providing me the education, whether it's free or private. It's up to you. I cater more towards a small business mindset of people, but also entrepreneurs who want to change their family tree, but also don't want to be left behind, because cryptocurrency, digital currency will leave many behind. As today, since the last 2-3 years of investing in cryptocurrency, I've been watching, even in my town and other cities and other states, as I listen to other people, Bitcoin ATMs are being put in place. Government and many other agencies, small businesses, big corporations, I should say, are investing in cryptocurrency behind the scenes because it's that crypto winter. No one's talking about it. You have to be in the know, paying attention, doing your research to learn about these things that's taking place. But meanwhile, many people go seeing family in the Thanksgiving season, and then, oh my goodness, you did what in crypto? And then now people's curiosity comes in. But now in that fourth or third year cycle of the halving cycle, after it's been dead, oh, you lost money, this and that. I remember one family member, and as we were going towards the bear market, which he lacked financial literacy, and he was someone that's older than me. Oh, did you lose money? That was the first thing he said to me versus, oh, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Did you lose money? Because one of the crypto exchanges had fallen, and it was FTX. And I didn't invest in FTX because I did my homework. So in the hazard phase, as we go backwards, because this is the first year cycle, going backwards now, these companies, because you held on too tight, are falling, and they leverage themselves, taking a loan against their investment, and some of them are greedy too, just like we are. Corporations do the same mistakes that we make as individuals, regardless if they have financial literacy or not, and they get liquidated, they go bankrupt. Even crypto miners go bankrupt around this time too, because over usage or utility. Even myself, I've gone through some pains because of lack of education. I didn't know about all this stuff. That's why I have a education. If you want to learn about crypto mining, I have a follow-up training for miners. It's a free training. Similar philosophy, but different mindset of what you should do in the crypto winters, crypto fall, crypto spring, and so on, crypto summer. So now, as we go into this backwards phase, because we're doing it backwards now, these companies are getting liquidated because they over leverage themselves versus in the Bitcoin halving cycle, which is what we are getting ready to go to in 2024. Sam Bankman-Fried has been found guilty and is going to jail. Well-respected gentleman. A lot of celebrities, a lot of people like not Warren Buffett, what's his name? He's starting to come around buying, investing in XRP, which is I call it the gold standard. You could say, as I was trying to find a good word before, for the banks, because the banks are currently moving towards a digital currency. CBDC, if you heard about that, Fed now, which is the same terminology used, but trying to play around the words because everybody knows and heard enough about CBDC. So they're trying to make it nice and soft for the public to hear about Fed now because everybody's going digital. So the Bitcoin halving cycle, everybody's getting excited. The momentum of the gear, things are taking off. But in this, because we're going backwards, people should be pulling out, being careful. Instead, people double down the opposite because they fail to understand the seasons and cycles. Because this is preparation in the spring. I'm actually currently doing my calculations. Things I did not do in 2020, 2021. Because remember, 2020 I was investing pre-IPO. 2021 is when I really was paying attention in cryptocurrency. I started mining. I started going deeper. I became more financial literate. I created another course that I never, put out because I was still learning about investing, why, and putting both my economics course together with these cycles and understanding. But I was still in the beginning phase, and I'm glad I held off because there was a course for small business. Now I could truly give you more in-depth information about these cycles and how to invest and about what technologies to be buying if you want to become a miner. But I was heavily mining by 2021 and 2022 coming around, which is going towards the bear market. I was knee deep in debt, to be honest, because I was buying things at a higher price when the markets was going backwards. Instead, like if one of you came into the bull run, instead of starting out in the bear markets, big difference. But me, I'm an educator, so I learn a lot more. Hence why I'm creating this education for you. because my pain, my mistakes is your advantage now, because there's a lot of philosophies that you learn behind these information here. So in the bull run, that's when we are exiting, but it's not that 2025 bull run. Real investors are taking their crypto out of their cold storage. And there's that training I said I'm going to be doing it, so I could leave you the links, or you could ask me if you don't see it, about things you should know. Learning, I remember my first mistake, how to take your stuff back to the exchanges. You'll hear well stats, all these Bitcoin investors, Ethereum investors, big whales they call them, they have tons and thousands, millions of shares or coins or tokens of these projects in cold storage. And then they come to exchanges, now they could be seen, and this what's well stats follows that. But by 2024, after the halving cycle, is when true investors are taking profits. And in the star, they are cashing out. Different phases, dollar cost averaging out of the markets. So you see that? Researching right here, buying and investing after the first year. Give it 6 months to a year of the crypto. If you come into the bull run, wait about a whole year, 6 months or a whole year, a little bit, because stuff is going to go bad. And when things start selling the second year, that's when you may want to start looking at some projects to buy. And that's what I'm going to do next time. It's not financial advice, but this is what I've learned for myself. And then as I've already accumulated in that second year of the cycle, now gear up, time and secure your projects offline, because you're holding for the long term. Learn how to use the exchanges, learn liquid pooling, learn all these other terms that I'll be covering that free training. And then when it comes to the bull run, coming towards that Bitcoin halving cycle, I'm slowly starting to take profits, because I'm dollar cost averaging out. Because here's what happens in the bull run when you are new. Exchanges are, even though they have the proper bandwidth, technology, apps, tablets, computers, there is so many people globally, and the most popular exchange, crypto.com, or you have to be diversified. There's a reason why it's easy. They make it easy for you, but coming out, it's not always easy. It's free to upload money, cash, fiat money to your crypto exchange. And I'm talking about Coinbase.com, excuse me. I think I said crypto.com. But exiting out, everybody is trying to do the same thing. Everybody's transacting back and forth. So when you have your stuff in cold storage, it's smarter, because now you could actually learn about liquidation and what exchanges have the best pool, because you'll see price disparity between one exchange versus another. And it may be $1 too, but imagine a few dollars difference in how many shares of coins you have, projects you have, cashing out. It makes a difference, because you're going to get the best buck for your money as you cash out. So now you transfer your coins to those exchanges. I own 27 banks. What does that mean? I have over 27 or 28 crypto exchanges, because I was early in 2018. Some projects I was looking to invest did not have the coins and projects or tokens. So I had to go to these exchanges that had them. Today, as we talk about 2024, 2025, Bitcoin is becoming momentum, speed, and mainstream, that a lot of the exchanges have just about every coin, but you still should be diversified. Again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. So now, as Coinbase is ingested, what's the word for me? Inundated with people transacting back and forth, selling, buying, this and that, excited, you are waiting and waiting for the buffer. Versus you could go like, do your research, say, oh, this exchange, I could see that, hey, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, it's this much being sold or buying. Oh, I'm going to transfer my cold storage into this exchange and cash out. Again, not financial, but these are some strategies, stuff I'm going to be talking about in the other training. So these are the things I learned. This is the extra stuff that I'm adding that was not in the other training. And the training, of course, I'm giving it different. I'm going to leave both of them, available for you to take because there's different education of stuff. Because it's been a while because now this stuff is ingrained to me, but I'm not saying it the same way I said it before to you. So make sure you probably check out the original course because I say these better. Trust me, I did it better. I'm ad-libbing a lot more because this is a refresher for me. And I know what I'm doing now. I don't have to think about it. I just do it now. Versus some key things I said, beginning. It's far different from now. So watch the other one, the original. And I'll put a label on it so you have the link of the original training. So we'll just wrap up the 4 cycles right now. Because no pain, no gain. Because it does hurt in this bear market like I had to. But what's crazy is watching my portfolio just ridiculously making money after money, profit after profit. Because I was so early in, because these projects, it's almost like you don't think the same thing about the stock market, but it's the same thing because everything has a cycle. Tesla was $1,000 3 years ago. Now it's $200 to $400. When did you get in? These projects, because people take their profits and let the fools, truly fools, think they're going to get rich. Hold on to the bags. Because if I have to sell or buy, somebody has to be available to take my money or let me take my profits. So I'll give you my coins in the bull run that I accumulate in the bear market, while you who think you're going to get rich, listen to other people without this proper education, are chasing the bull run, the chart going up, when it's the time to be taking the profit. This is why this is the entry, the smart entry. This is why it's also symbolically in green. Did you forget the previous slide? The previous slide, entry point, where most people start, it's in red. That's why I left it in red. You think you're going to be a star. But that was the bull run, the end of the 4-year cycle, versus the entry point, the first year, where you start doing the homework. Within that first year, watch it go down. You may not even buy anything. Just watch it go down. And let things settle. Let exchanges crash. Make sure your stuff is in cold storage. Watch these liquidations. The companies you may even think are solid crash down. It's that sad. Because if you're doing it the right way, you're excited right here. I'm going into the Bitcoin halving cycle. I already did the work. When I was in my entry point, lack of education, 2018, 2020, 2021, more or less, I was still buying more crypto because I didn't know better and going down. But I didn't sell. I'm an investor. I don't mind waiting for the long haul. But now you know better. This is the best. This is even the better. Educate yourself. Start investing. Because now you have the entry points. You have the means. Because you are dollar cost averaging. I did that backwards. And I still bought. So I doubled my profits because I didn't sell. Because I'm a long-term investor. Many of you will be coming in this way thinking you're going to get rich. And while investors are cashing out, you are thinking about selling because your disbelief, those psychology, the euphoria, you're going to go through those phases, which is why I show you the psychology of the markets. But the mistake you're going to make, you are selling at a loss because stuff do come back around. But you have to know the 4-year cycle to know why you should stick and stay. And why it's smart to start in the bear markets, not in the bull run. See that? Here's the psychology of the markets again, folks. So this is a slideshow. Again, $1,000 Bitcoin back in 2014. 2020, the crash, COVID. Bitcoin had gone from 10,000, 20,000 down to $3,000. And I was still hesitating to get into it. Again, because I was scared. After today, we're about done. Almost done, folks. You shouldn't be scared. But understand that this rainbow is going up to the right. The exit points, as I was saying to you earlier, you see that it's declining because the market cap also is getting bigger. Bitcoin is $35 million. It's going to possibly go towards the 125 to 240,000 based on Fibonacci retracement. Don't quote me on that. I have the proper data points for my exit strategies. And I'm not a Bitcoin investor. I should have said that up front. I don't believe in Bitcoin because I believe in utility projects that serve a purpose. Now, people have said Bitcoin could be the gold standard. That's just people saying it. It's not officially said and has been determined that. So, yes, we are chasing the hype, but I'm a financial literate person and a conservative person. So I invest in solid projects. And I always say to people, you know what? You may not be in technology like I am. You know, I'm a big person in IT technology for over 35 years. So a lot of these projects, when you read the definition, you do your homework, may not even sound. Sounds crazy stuff. It's going to do what? Data fuel and data coin. When I first was doing research for a course I was writing for small businesses, I didn't know there was a problem with crypto, with actually real world. What's that problem? There's a limitation in 4K. They're trying to work on 6K right now for your television screen. But are we going to go back to typing emails, or are we doing more video than ever before? So the blockchain solves that problem. One of the projects, again, utility coin. This is not financial advice to go invest in these, but do your own homework. I was blown away. Filecoin, data storage, more secure, dealing with ransomware. I tell small businesses, Filecoin should be not just a crypto that people think about investing just to chase money. I don't believe in the cryptocurrency side of cryptocurrency. I believe, and I'm invested in the blockchain side, which is what people don't hear and talk about. If you're new, of course you're not going to know that. But the blockchain side is the underlying layer, or like you said, the information highway, the road of a car. The car is the money going to the job to make the investment, but the road is the foundation that had to be laid out first. So Filecoin, these other projects, when I was learning about them in the early beginning, I was like, oh man, there is real utilitarian value and purpose for these projects. I will be one of the first people you hear say this, and I truly believe as an investor, that cryptocurrency will become the new platform for the stock market. Actually, even furthermore than that, there's some projects, I won't say any further than that. So again, do your homework and learn about these things, or get private consultation from me or some other person that you respect and you trust and believe in. They are projects, again, this is for the last 2 years in the bear markets, the crypto winter. I was learning and researching. The stock market, NASDAQ, they are investing in security tokens. They are looking at cryptocurrencies that solve a real world problem. They are looking at NFTs, which you haven't begun to understand what NFTs will do for real estate. Your bank draft, your contracts, your legal documentations, your medical records, all of that stuff is going to become NFTs. And therefore, these projects are going to do so much more. And so there's projects, the New York Stock Exchange, the stock market per se, that are being utilized to solve one of the major problems. How do we change these stock certificates to make sure that you are the true owner of the stock? Well, NFTs solve that problem. So the government, the SEC, they're all in cahoots and not telling you the truth unless you are reading the information, folks. And these projects like that are solving real world problems to digitize your stock certificates. Just like a lot of cryptocurrencies are solid projects that are creating new businesses, new investors, new investments, and hence why the value, because it is digital, there has to be a value attached to it, for lack of a better word. So that's why there's a price to it. But if you understand the blockchain, which is going to advance for you, the blockchain is what is the underlying layer of that road for the digital currency world. And that's what I like, these projects. And that's what I invest in. But also, I've learned the last 4 years the cycles and why and how. I'm not here to talk about that, but to help you understand that, yeah, these meme coins, or they call it shit coins, excuse my language. Even the whales, like I said, whale stats, they are investing in this project because they know that many people will come to the bull run when things are so expensive, and the entry is something that's dirt cheap. When the dirt cheap was actually in the bear markets, which is what the fire sale is here. This is how far cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in this example, has fallen out of the norm. It's always bounced back. There's been a lot going on. But as it gets more solidified, the prices are not going down though. It is down compared to what it was at 68,000. But look at the rainbow. It is not going to go back to pennies back in 2011 or under $50, $30, $25. No, you missed that. So now you got to get it at 20,000, 35,000 and beyond. You cannot chase the markets, folks. You got to be financially literate. So as we wrap up, this is where we started. The psychology of the market. I'm right now in this phase right now. It's going to go up, but it's going to go down. Because it's to fake you out, scare you, to make you think that this thing doesn't work. That's that disbelief phase. But the cycle continues on. A recovery is possible, and it's called the Bitcoin halving cycle. Optimism. People who are lost, some people are taking profits. But you cannot be greedy. Optimism, belief. But this is when many people come in. But this is where many people like me, who are true investors that today, are taking profits and getting out. Euphoria. I'm a genius. I thought I was a genius too, because for the first time in my life, after investing in the stock market, losing money out of college, I lost a lot of money out of college. For some people who say a lot of money because you didn't have no money, right? And this is the Y2K 2020, 1999. That's when I got out of college. And the market's going, but everything that goes up must come down. Everything has a cycle. But I didn't stop. I learned to trade options. I don't buy stocks. I buy options. Now I don't even buy options. I buy pre-IPO investment because I've learned the cycles now after 35 years, 20 years investing in the stock market, or watching it, I should say. Now I know the next growth phase of wealth, and it's cryptocurrency, the evolution of money. So I've been through all these phases in my life, and I've been through these with cryptocurrency as well. After today, you don't have to. But be careful where you start. Regardless, if you didn't know better and know what season you are, and you could feel free to ask me, what season am I in? So we are done, but I have a quiz for you because it's quiz time. I taught you a lot, I said a lot, and hopefully you've learned a lot. And the question for you is, do you remember slide 7? What was slide 7? Well, it was know your cycles. Know your cycles, folks. The training's not over. I got more because now I'm going to break some things down for you. Because if you didn't understand the psychology of the markets, you will continue to make mistakes. What do I mean? Where you start does matter. This is when your philosophy, folks, and your mindset comes in handy for success. You heard me say that throughout this whole training course. This is what separates real investors from amateurs chasing money. This is where you apply the principles of the wealthy that I just taught you. and you all have heard it before. Wisdom, it's amazing. And sometimes in life, we keep saying that, it can't be that simple. Yeah, buy low, sell high. I've heard this for 35 plus years investing in myself. And even in my first couple years investing in cryptocurrency, I did not know. Guess what? I'm in pre-IPO. There's even a cycle, and I'm experienced as some of my projects 3 years ago are going public. And there's some things you got to pay attention to. You cannot let your money sit there like many of us do who are not business-minded, financial literate people. We are waiting for the retirement to do it. No, there's no more golden egg, golden goose enjoyment of retirement. You have to take it early and enjoy it because people are becoming savvy. People are taking online courses and learning, and so much free information is given out, but half the time is what I call it half-ass information. Buy low and sell high. Many of us in crypto are buying high and frustrated, depressed, selling low. This is how you become financially free by 2025, folks, or by 2030, depending when you watch this course or you took the time and go through the pain of lack of financial literacy, of understanding this game of cryptocurrency, or this game of life, because it's the same game, just a different tool, different service, utility, vision. We are done, folks. So now, let me ask you this very important question next. Can you tell the difference between two of the slides? That's the bonus answer. Because having insight and vision will help you understand things. Again, I told you the whole slide is about philosophy. So for those of you who are done and content, you are all set to go. Remember to go to smarttrader.federalcapital for some additional resources, tools, exchanges that I recommend. Again, things change, so please be careful to your own due diligence. And as an entrepreneur, these are referral links as well. So be mindful of that and help support and keep the cost down of my course. If you truly like this course, you want to tell somebody about it, let me know. I could give you some. I haven't determined what I'm going to do and how much this course is going to be per se, but it's not going to be expensive. But you could actually get some referrals and some profits to even invest in cryptocurrency if you see the value of what I just shared with you. So I'm going to pause this for those of you who are done and want to go. You could go, but I'm going to turn the screen black and I'm going to share with you for those who want to stick around. And then the second, the bonuses. Who was paying attention. So thank you for those of you who want to stick around and learn more. So I'm going to drop some extra nuggets for you, and it will be not too long, a few minutes of your time, but you're going to be blessed by the knowledge I'm going to share with you. Always dropping nuggets. So in slide 7, I asked a very important question. Where you start matters. Technically, slide 6. What is your entry point? Remember I talked about that? So this is slide 7. Do you notice something? So here's my first point. You must know your entry point, folks, before you start in cryptocurrency. You should ask somebody, again, who is really invested in cryptocurrency, this very important question. What season are we in? Is it the crypto winter? Is it the crypto fall, springtime, or crypto summer? Because where you start matters. And where you start after you've just learned this training will determine how aggressively or passively you invest and start buying or not buy or research cryptocurrency. Because just like my Fibonacci retracement charts, the disclaimer is the same as this philosophy. If you are starting the crypto summer, then I definitely will be turning off that option so you can't buy my charts for those who are late to the game. Because I've already built and set myself for success. The returns that you will see in these Fibonacci's are small because you're coming in buying it late and then the pump, versus someone tell you, oh, you're in crypto spring, crypto fall. Okay, I can aggressively also, if I choose to do so, invest in these projects that I research. You're late to the research, but momentum starts kicking in. See that? Now, if you go in the reverse, be careful, because some of these projects could go bankrupt. Some of these exchanges could go bankrupt. That's the hazard symbol. So if you're going up, then you know, oh, we're in the second year, we're in the third year, momentum, the rocket's it hasn't taken off yet. Oh, right now, November 2023, I could still buy before 2024 halving cycle. Okay, see that? Ask that very important question. Simple question you could ask. What year, what season am I in? Is it spring, summer, fall, or winter? Is it the first, second, third, or fourth year? Ask those questions and start doing your homework. Now here's the best part to the bonus. See if you were paying attention. What is the difference between these two slides I'm going to show you? This slide here, the entry point, and this slide, which is basically the same as this one, excuse me. This slide and this slide. Do you see the difference? I'm going to do it again. This is one slide. This is another slide. Different stuff is in there, but I made a slide. Again, the first training, I did a very good job because I was deep into the philosophy, but I wrote down my notes. I'm going to read my notes to you. But can you tell what the difference is? I'm going to give you another minute to look at it. So if you're ready, say you're ready. All right. You could have paused it. So now I'm going to give you the answer. So this is, again, that cycle of mindset that I said to you a second ago. Pay attention. If you happen to notice the difference between these two slides that I was showing you, what do you notice that's different? So here's the answer. If you, there's three bonuses. So the first bonus is this. One is stretched out and the second one is condensed. This is condensed. This one is stretched out. Did you notice that? Philosophy. I'm gonna get somewhere. Had you started investing after the bear market or early in the stage 2 or second year, you would have gotten these coins at the best sales price. Because remember, the bear market's dirt cheap. That's why your profits are stretched or they are condensed. Because I just said it earlier. You came in after this third year versus the first 2 years. Condense, stretch. See that? It's actually better. Yeah, this is better to stretch. Your returns is what I'm referring to are much better because you stuck it out for these first 2 years versus coming in here. See that this is condensed? That's your returns. They're not going to be as great because you are going towards the bull run. If you enter near the bull run market, you are shrinking your potential profits or gains. That's the key point. Hence why the entry point. Condense. Next, which is still part of the first point. Hence why I studied and created my own Fibonacci retracements for you guys. Spreadsheets for sale every 4-year cycle starting in 2023. It's going to be available. If you just don't see it yet, please ask. Again, if it's 2024 late, going December, I'm going to start turning it off because your profits are not going to be as great because I'm not going to have you fail. Now, if you want to take higher risk, that's up to you. But I'm not here to give financial advice because there's different price points. And again, I start from 30 to 60 X. There's a difference between percentage returns. $100 or let's say $1,000 invested gives you back $100. 1,000x return, also let me say 100x return out of $1,000 is like over 10,000 if I'm doing the numbers right. So there's a big difference in the numbers and how you get your returns. So that's why this is a good example of that. So 2024 December, I'm going to be cutting off that services, and then the next cycle I'll start doing in the bear markets the research. Now that you know, you could actually keep an eye out, and if you're on my email list, you'll be getting notified it's available for sale if you want to get Fibonacci retracements done for you ahead of these projects, and you could determine how much you are willing to invest and purchase these different projects that their potential. And I'll show the results based on what the Fibonacci said the previous year, and the previous cycle, bull run cycle, versus what actually happened. So those things are available, and I take screenshots of all started 22 when I was buying as well, and some of them are updated. But again, it's always based on your entry point, so keep that in mind, okay? So the longer you wait for to start investing, folks, this is no hype, the more the window of opportunity shrinks on you. So that's the first point of the bonus. So bonus number 2, here's what you may not have paid attention to. The rocket and the gear curve points are ripped. What does that mean? So this is the gear, and this is the rocket. This is the curve. You see how this one, it's ripped. See how this one is actually smooth. What's the difference, right? By entering this late into cryptocurrency, you will never make the kind of moon bags, that's money, profits, in the bull run had you started in the bear market or close to or after the bottom of the markets, or even a recession cycle. Point number 2, you are basically chasing the money, folks. When I say condensed, you got a long way to go in the bear market. That's why it's done this way. But if you do it the right way, it's a blessing, because now you're going first year, second year, third year, and bull run. You fail to understand wealth principles, folks, about success, and this information also applies to the stock market as well. See, I already told you all this stuff already. There's no surprises. So point number 3. Sorry, I messed up. I gave you some of the goodies. So if you didn't know, now we know. See, you should watch the first original, because I did a good job. So there's different tidbits ad-libbing going on. So you're going to get both benefits of both of them. So definitely watch the first one, original, because it was well recorded with different points of view. So bonus number 3. The cracks represent the shortcuts you took in your learning curve. Ooh, that hurts, right? Because remember, you started in the wrong season, the wrong cycle. The rocket is taking off, and you're coming into Bitcoin towards the halving cycle. So, like I said in the bull run, like many of us who start by a little bit of coin, you think you're making something. No, you missed it. It's about to go down. It's going this way now. You missed it because you started here versus starting in the other end of the bear market. And it is a representation, of the lack of financial literacy you failed to learn along the way because you were chasing money, folks. If that's something that hits hard, you need to change that about yourself. You need to become more financially literate. But stick and stay, and the success will come, because now you know what you didn't know. That's okay. The level of success or failure you have to show for may be short-lived, depending on your learning curve. Again, I'm ad-libbing to a lot of things I just said. Did you take shortcuts to success, or did you take the time to appreciate delayed gratification instead of a cookie cutter process? Many of us are cutting our process of success. The bear market feels long. If you did your research during that time, the rewards will be a blessing, as this thing that's going on for me. I can't even tell you how much my family tree is going to change in the bull run. As long as my health is good, family's okay, and hopefully unforeseen disasters, chaos, and loss of money, loss of hope, loss of life and health, my family will be taken care of, despite of me, because I put things in place right here, securing my bags, um, putting things down, having, like I said, a lot of the resources I have available for you, crypto, basically wallets, crypto websites and resources, education, people to follow if you care to follow some people online. I'm not an influencer. I'm very private. I don't even talk about this stuff that I'm sharing with you publicly. I've done it once. People ignored it. It's all good. I know what my life is going to be like in the next couple of years and the things I'm going to be investing in the near future. And by the way, if you're a pastor, ministry, that's something that's dear to me. If you're a small business owner, those are things that's dear to me. I'm offering coaching and consulting for your small business, your ministry, your small church, big church, because you could change a lot of people's lives from teaching this course by my referral link, or even better with cryptocurrency education, coaching, and coming to speak to those who are ready to invest and take them to the whole process and showing them how to, take things in cold storage and other things they should learn to do. All that stuff is online. But more importantly, how to start mining. That's my consulting services available. This stuff you could learn online. Follow-up training, courses, training, and consultants, and supplementary education. The true essence for you, I truly believe the future of cryptocurrency and supplementing your business, your ministry, by having miners in your place of business, your church, your synagogues. You should be investing in crypto mining, solar panels, all this other stuff, that technology I know how to invest in, how to position your ministry, your small business. While we could face another potential COVID shutdown or other disasters, you could keep your business, your family, your employees financially sound by investing in early phases of these projects. I can't tell what project to invest in, what to mine, but I could show you and consult with you. And my consultation is not free because I will pour into you a lot of financial literacy stuff. If you already see what I teach you already from this. So this service is a separate service that you could actually go to my crypto mining. CryptoNet is the name of the platform that Frederick Capital. I could be wrong, but again, all these things will be sent to you, or available to you, or you could ask for it if you don't see it. That will give you my ebook, Crypto Buying Guide, how to avoid scams and many things in between. All that stuff and more. And also group coaching, a club for minors, and helping other churches learn how to survive and become more financially literate. And also invest in cryptocurrency, invest in mining, making money work for you. So that's my spiel. Do not take shortcuts. Learn what you need to learn. Get the financial literacy advice. Consult with the right people. Doesn't have to be me. But understand that this thing is going to continue on. As a wrap up, one of my good friends, she actually just saw, and we've done many businesses in the past together in marketing, and she is finally seeing at a local store in her neighborhood, I'm in Massachusetts. She went to a gentrified area of Boston that has a crypto ATM machine. I've been seeing those things for 4 years. I've been seeing what the government is doing, what other corporations is doing, JP Morgan Chase, all this big dog Fidelity. They're all telling you that, oh, crypto's a scam, don't invest in it. But they have investments in the metaverse. The New York Stock Exchange has, again, set up for NFT, like I said before. I've seen, even Warren Buffett, who will tell you, because you have to know how to play the game. Because just like this is mindset philosophy I just taught you, the mindset for you to understand is this. Oh, I don't invest in Bitcoin, this crypto nonsense. That's a scam. Oh, what they have done though and I'm referring to Warren Buffett, for example, and I have all this documentation, by the way. They have, and then you can see this on TikTok as well. They have bought the companies, the firms, the businesses that are invested in these things. So in Brazil, I would say Brazil or Venezuela. I always forget which one. I think it's more Venezuela than Brazil. There's a bank, New Bank, NU Bank, in Venezuela, if I'm correct, not Brazil. They were heavily invested in XRP, which is the banker's coin, another way of saying it. Ripple XRP, which is two different things, by the way. They had bought, I'm exaggerating, thousands upon thousands of coins, tokens of XRP in 2021, 2022. This is public information, but no one's researching. But they will still, Warren Buffett and his partner will still lie and say they're not investing in cryptocurrency. Oh, no, I just bought the bank. From $500 million to not $1 billion total invested within a year's time into New Bank because they own shitloads of XRP. This is how they're playing the game, folks. And then you got the JP Morgan Chase that's telling you, we're not investing. If my employees, this is back in 2021, this is the bear market. This is the craziness, if you don't do your research, that they were doing to make you fearful and make you push cash out and lose your mind thinking that you made the biggest mistake of your life while they are positioning themselves. The pullback that is expected right now, this is ad-libbing, of course, is that we're going to the bull run, but we're in a war with, Ukraine and Russia. We're in a war that just started now in end of 2023 with who? Israel and Hamas. Who's Hamas? Hamas is inside of a country. You would think it's Palestine, another country. And I had to take that to financially become illiterate. Why is that all important? Because the market will crash, printing money will come in, because there's a correlation between Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and the S&P 500. The more printed money, the more Bitcoin cryptocurrency will go up, because we keep devaluing the dollar, the US dollar, hence CBDC, hence Fed now, hence, let us be custodians, as a Wyoming bank has done 2 years ago, that is taking and converting your fiat dollar that we are holding dear to in our savings accounts and our retirement accounts for cryptocurrency. I have the article, but they will never tell you that stuff. So the future is bright for cryptocurrency. I can't say the same thing for the US dollar. And you haven't heard of BRICS, the BRICS nations, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Korea. So I'm sorry, South Africa, excuse me. All these countries and 42 plus other countries have partnered up together to de-dollarize the US dollar, so that whatever they're going to do, because people are walking away from the US dollar, which is what everything evolves globally based on the US dollar. You got to know your history. This is why I took a course, created a course, educated myself, Escrow Economics, Constitutional Crisis. These are courses that I've created. Why, after 2018, I was only doing these things. 2019, that I went deep and invested and said, this is not a scam, because I was financially literate, folks. There's a lot more to those courses. They're available if you want them. Just ask for them. But these are education stuff that will solidify your understanding of cryptocurrency, so that you know that what's a scam, what's a bull run, what's a bear market, and who's lying to you, who lacks the education to know what cycle you are in and what are you chasing money for. Summertime is where people have fun and good time celebrating, but this is where I will be cashing out. Actually, I'll be traveling in 2025, celebrating and enjoying the fruit of my hard labor, because it was a hard labor sacrifice, because I did not know what I did not know, and I just gave you the knowledge of what you failed to understand in these cycles. do not take shortcuts, folks, to success, or do not take the time to take the time to appreciate delayed gratification instead of cookie cutting the process. That's what that crack means. I did a better job again in the previous training on that part, but hopefully you enjoyed the ad-libbing of information I shared with you, because some things I didn't talk about. So those 2 training courses are worth listening to. Each of them provide different values of knowledge and expertise of detail that I shared, and then adding more on top of that. So I highly recommend it. Thank you for taking the time and watching this training. Remember that if you are in 2023, going to 2024, catching this, be careful. The Bitcoin halving, the excitement, you start hearing the buzz around Thanksgiving time, because everybody's talking about, oh my God, can you believe Bitcoin is starting to go up? $35,000, $40,000, this and that. Again, know your cycles. I can't say that enough. And again, know your cycles. Know your peaks and valleys. Don't listen to the hype. I don't listen and talk and predict numbers. I use Fibonacci retracement tools and research. And again, I'm dollar cost averaging out while this market is going up to secure my bags and create generational wealth for my family. More money than I've never seen before in my life, because I understand the psychology of the markets, and I understand when to take profit. For the first time in my life, almost 50 years old, true wealth, old school, first generation wealth, is made towards that 45 to 48, 50 years of age, folks. And I'm speaking from a black man point of view, who did not come from money. But I've lived a long life, thank God, good health, to learn these things and be a sponge. And I hope you will do the same thing for you, because I just cookie cut your process of success. If you want to learn about crypto mining, similar philosophy, folks. Don't chase the pump. Thank you, and I see you at the top. Know your cycles. Know your cycles, folks. And don't forget these dates. 2025 is Jubilee celebration, but it's also the end of the 4-year cycle, at the beginning. So wherever you start, make sure you are careful. Make sure you are careful. Again, cryptonetmining.frederickcapital.com for my mining stuff, my mining education. And then if you want to take that free course training on mining and why you, as a small business, as a ministry, church, you should have your facility, your place of business, have miners. I have miners everywhere in my house. And again, that proper education. I'm hoping in the 2025, 26, actually 2026, 27 year, I'll be very busy expanding my businesses. But one of the things I'll be doing is talking more to small businesses and ministries about investing in crypto mining. And hopefully it'll be you, and you understand from taking this course why it makes sense, financial sense, in the near future. Because automation, AI, is going to be at the next level. And as a man of faith, man of God, if your church, your congregation are losing their jobs, keep this in mind. How are you going to help them? How can you help them? How can you change and save some souls? Not just praying for them, but spiritually, financially empowering them. Because there's so much you can do when we're stretching the dollar that is not even worth anything anymore. You have to move into the 21st century of digital currency, folks. Same thing for you small business owners. It's sad to say, but the 21st century, if you haven't heard it and learned it from someone like me saying it does not need anyone anymore. That's why I automate a lot of my businesses. I'm a system dependent. I'm not a hands-on per se, because a lot of technology I put behind me to do the hard lifting, hard work. You have to convince yourself. I don't convince anybody for success. So therefore, your employees, your lack of employees, your lack of 21st century skills, where are you going to find that? Use crypto mining to supplement your income, folks. You will need it more than ever before. And there's a lot of other things I could teach you about investing, because I'm a pre-IPO investor as well. Because once I take this wealth that I've made in 2025, like I've already been doing since 2020, I'm getting dividends, buying digital real estate, digital property, investing. And now when I say the word digital real estate, there's two types of digital real estate, folks. This is extra bonus stuff for those who stick around. There's the digital real estate that someone have heard of before by investing into companies, REITs, or pre-IPO companies, which I won't give you the nuggets, but just in my back office links I'll be sending you, or you should have available to you, of nuggets, resources for investing. That's why I do a private club for cryptocurrency as well as pre-IPO, where I talk about these things, which is where that's more on the side of investing in pre-IPOs. There's that digital aspect. You don't have to own the property to buy shares of it to own. And I have 2 or 3 different platforms that I invest in. And then there's the cryptocurrency, NFTs, digital metaverse world of buying property. And it's not a joke, folks. These are assets that will accumulate. Where can you buy more land? Land is scarce. But if you haven't watched Ready Player One, which is a movie, in 2020, 2021, we were talking, those of us who are influencers, investors, educators, we were talking about that movie so much, because that movie may look fantasy to you now, but they are, like I said, JP Morgan Chase, who has a bank inside the metaverse. Why would they do that? Since 2022. That's a clue. There are people buying digital land. That's why there's NFTs to put your digital land. There's real estate companies now. There's big corporations that are investing, advertising, putting banners, neon signs, clubs. I have pre-IPO companies I'm investing in right now that are changing the way you go to a concert. There's cryptocurrencies that are NFTs for music, gaming, and contracts. In 2021, too, I believe, there was one company, a music industry company, that created an AI that has a contract, legitimate contract, to host, produce concerts, and sing. You might have heard of, I forgot this guy's name is, one of the pretty boys I always say, singing. He did a collaboration with an AI. A lot of musicians in the industry are going to be hurting even more come 2025, 2030, because of their contracts did not specify or knew about the future of AI, where likeness, images, even movies and music will be remixed using AI. They will have not a need for human beings, small business owners, pastors. The people need to believe in something greater than just faith and prayer. They need solid investments, education they could count on for the next generation to come. Because the next generation is digital. Let me give you another bonus, pastors, if you're still paying attention and listening to me. Small business owners. Your business that is a ministry should be in the metaverse. If you haven't heard anyone say that, I'm telling you, you should be preparing your ministry. And I have a whole service for pastors. Your ministry should be getting ready, if not now, after you hear my voice, to be investing in crypto mining, to be investing in taking your ministry, like my pastor and the vision I had many years ago before I was deep into crypto, a church without walls, a global universal church without walls now in the metaverse. I believe there's a pastor, a church that's already doing that or looking at doing it in 2022. I'm in 2022 as I record this. This is not a gimmick, folks. Your school, education, future businesses will be augmented reality. Apple, Microsoft, and some other companies I'm invested in pre-IPO are creating so-called Google Glasses. Facebook, Meta, they are preparing. They changed their name because they get into the evolution of a digital world that will require you to be remote anywhere in the world. And you need to connect with these people, save some souls, create a church like never before that you always wish you could before it gets too expensive. I could go on and on. I hope you gain some blessings because these are the knowledge that I did not know 6 months to a year ago when I was recording the first original training. This is the kind of nugget that makes this valuable. And this is why I put this stuff behind a paywall. Because it's fantasy to hear it, but when you hear the solid connecting information of notes, I don't talk. I have the facts that back it up. I have the articles. I saved them. So if you ever want to question legitimacy besides you doing your homework due diligence first, because I don't do anything for free anymore, because I value my intellectual property, because that is the new asset in the 21st century. That is not a nugget if you didn't get that. Knowledge, information is the new asset class. Not credit cards, not book smart. Access to knowledge and information, insight, like knowing how to build credit lines, stuff like that. Those are the kind of things I could teach you guys. But you have to be ready. And you have to move fast. And be ready to change your ministry, your small business. I can't say enough. Don't delay. Get to the next level of your success because somebody is dependent on you, whether that's to financially support themselves, to emotionally and spiritually support their growth in the future. God bless. Thank you for listening to me rant, ad lib, and also add more value to your success. Like I said, watch the first training. Follow me on YouTube as I'm going to 2025 put out more courses, more trainings, a lot of things I do privately behind the scenes. So if you plug in, subscribe to my channels, I'll share some stuff because I stretch when you stretch yourself. But when you are more educated, you could ask more educated questions and I could add more value to your success. So thank you for taking the time to learn. There's many more to come. See you in the new world of digital currency.